Hello friends and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Valeria for those of you who are new, and on this channel I make videos related to tarot, spirituality and manifestation. For today's video we are going to do a wonderful pick a card, and I'm going to channel your future self in this reading, and we are going to ask your future self what kind of advice they have for you right now to become an even better, elevated, more improved version of yourself. So first of all, let me tell you guys, you are already good enough. You are already amazing. This video is here just for those of you who are like me and are constantly looking for new ways to improve themselves and such, and you just want advice from your future self on that, right? This video is not to say that you are not already good or amazing. It's just to say how can you improve even further. So that's the topic of today's video. As you can see, we have 3 piles to choose from today. They are all represented by a card, which I will show you up close in a second, a crystal, and as you can see, I also have some candles at the top of the screen, which I will be lighting during your reading as well, and I will see if I can channel some messages through the fire for you guys as well. So each candle is also connected to each pile, so I will just introduce the cards to you right now. So for pile number 1 over here, you have the card Cultivating Ease and Grace with the green Adventurine. And for you, I also have the white candle, so I will light these in your reading on top of the coaster just for safety reasons. For pile 2, you have Third Eye Awakening with the Citrine crystal. And for you, I have the light pink candle. And for pile 3, there is the Blessing the Journey with purple aura quartz. And for you, there is the darker pink candle. So just like in all my previous readings, I am going to shuffle all the cards after this introduction. So if you are interested in watching that, you can stick around to watch. If you're not interested in that, you can, pick your pile right here, right now. You can pause the video if you need to, and to meditate on the cards, just do what you usually do, take your time, and once you have selected your pile, you can skip to your reading using the timestamps I will provide for you down below, and once you have done so, I will see you in your reading. Alright, let's start with the pile preparations. So for the collective of pile number 1, what advice does their future self have for them right now to become a more elevated and improved version of themselves? I'm going to take 6 tarot cards for each pile. So let's see 3 more for pile number 1. Those are 6 in total. For pile 2, for the collective of pile number 2, what advice does the future self of pile 2 have for them right now to become an improved and elevated version of themselves? Let's have 6 cards for pile 2. Pile 2. What do we have for pile 2? Pile 2. Let's have 2 more cards for pile 2. I am already hearing for those of you who have picked pile 2 or who are going to pick pile 2 that your guides are here. They are here in this reading. Your guides are here, pile 2. Alright. One more card for pile 2. Alright, those are more than 1 card, but I'm just gonna take this one. Thank you so much. For pile 3, the collective of pile 3, what advice does their future self have for them at this moment to become a more elevated and truthful version of themselves, is what I'm hearing. Alright, we have 4 cards in total. Let's have 2 more for pile 3. Alright, I am already getting for pile 3 that this is indeed about you becoming a more truthful version of yourself. That is what your future self wants to talk about in the reading. So let's have 1 more card for pile 3 it was? Yes. So let's shuffle more cards. Pile 1. Future self. Pile 1. Pile 2. Alright. For pile 2 we have 2 cards. Pile 3. Pile number 3. Future self of pile number 3. What message do you have for pile 3? Pile 3, pile 3. What message do you have for pile 3? Alright. Pile 1. Advice from the future self. Pile 1. Pile 2. Advice from the future self. Pile 2. What do we have for pile 2? Pile 3. What do we have for pile 3? This one. Let's get 1 more for pile 3. Is what I'm feeling. For pile 3, 1 more, please. Yes, thank you. And let's see. Pile 1. What do we have for pile 1? Advice for pile 1 from their future self. Advice. Yes, for pile number 1. What do we have for pile number 2? Advice from the future self of pile number 2. What do we have for pile 2? Alright, this I see for pile 2 and pile 3. Those are all the cards. Let me just rearrange them for you guys. Alright, those are all the piles. If you guys still want to have a look at them, you can do so now. Hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's get started and have a look what advice your future self has for you right now to become a better, elevated, more improved version of yourself. So as I'm tapping into your energy, I'm seeing the number 2 first of all. So 2 is the number of unity, of relationships. And I noticed that on this card right here, we also have a heart with a rose in it. So maybe romance, your love life has been playing a significant role in your relationship, or has been playing a significant role in your life recently. So I just see that this is totally off center. So I'm just going to move it a bit. And I'm going to light your candle. So let's invite the future self, the future selves of the collective of pile number 1 into this reading. And let's see what kind of messages they have for our pile number 1s. There we go. Let's see for pile 1. I am again seeing the heart. Green Adventurine. The color green is also related to the heart chakra, of course. So again, the heart, romance is what I'm seeing here especially. And your future self would wants to really talk about romance, relationships, matters of the heart in particular. So if that is something that, you think you might resonate with, maybe because you want to improve in your relationships, then this reading is for you. In the card we have over here, I'm kind of seeing a vague infinity symbol. So for some of you guys, you might be on a specific soulmate or twin flame journey, or this is the journey to loving yourself, right? Self-love, loving yourself for who you are, and to not have your value be dependent upon someone else or on how other people see you. So I'm seeing that at this moment or in the future, before you are going to become the future self that we are channeling in this reading right now, I see that you will go through some type of cleansing, a purification process that will come from your heart center. Your heart chakra will be cleansed, will be cleansing, or it could be that you will be purified through your heart chakra. So let's say you have certain things in your root chakra that need to be healed or purified. Those things will come up into your heart chakra, and through your heart chakra you will release them. So that's what I'm seeing here, a cleansing process going on for you guys. So let's just have a look at the cards now. Your other cards. Let's start with the tarot cards. So you have 2 of Wands. Again, I was seeing a 2, so that makes sense. You have the Hermit, the Knight of Wands, oh, I noticed you only have 4 of these tarot cards. Oh my god, I'm gonna shuffle another one for you guys, don't worry. You have 9 of Pentacles, see, and 4 of Swords. So yeah, maybe I don't even need to shuffle an extra card. I will have a look at it. Because what I'm seeing here in these tarot cards is basically just confirmation of what I've been saying before, right? We have the 2, which I mentioned, like 2 number of relationships. This could also talk about the relationship between, how you treat yourself, the relationship with yourself, and then the relationship with a significant other, or just, relationships with others in general. So there are 2 aspects of our life in that way, right? When we're talking about relationships, you have the relationship with yourself and you have the relationship with others. And those 2 can be very different relationships based upon how you see yourself and how you see other people. And I feel that for your your future self is saying that you will arrive to a balance between these two things, right? I'm not picking up something in specific, but I'm again seeing the infinity symbol, that how your relationship with yourself and how you love yourself will then be in equal balance with your relationship with the external world, with other people, you know? And again, there's a certain balance there that is very important for you guys. And right now with the Hermit card, you might only have, or you might only experience balance in one of those two types of relationships. So only balance in your relationship with yourself, or only balance in your relationship with other people, and that the other relationship, the other type of relationship, is what it is that you need to work on. And I feel like very much this is something that your soul decided to go through. So it's very likely for you guys that you came into this life and you either already had from a very young age on already a very good relationship with yourself, or a very good relationship with other people, or right, you have a very healthy love life, right? You have a very healthy partner, something like that, and that you came into this life with one side of relationships already healthy, developed, or at least mostly healthy and developed, so that you could focus on the other type of relationships. I hope I'm making myself clear enough here. So if you, for example, have very good relationship with the people in your life, and you've never really struggled with your love life, with partners, with romance and such things, however, you do need to, you always felt like you needed to work on with the relationship with yourself, that maybe you didn't fully love or accept yourself, you didn't see yourself as totally worthy, and things like that, right? Or then of course vice versa. So I'm seeing for most of you guys that this is the case for you, that again, that you're here, and that's significant to you in this moment, to develop that kind of self-love, or love for other people, right? That your love life is supposed to develop even more. So you have one of the two, and now you are developing the other two. And again, Nine of Pentacles is showing that regardless which type of relationship is already developed for you, I see that you will have a very healthy, harmonious, balanced relationship with yourself in the future. That is what your future self is really, bringing up here in this reading. They are really showing you how much further the love for yourself has developed over time, to the point that you can be alone. You do not need the external validation. You feel like you do not need permission to be yourself anymore. And even in a relationship, right? Especially romantic relationships, you will feel like you are worthy of your partner because feel worthy of yourself. That's why we have the heart and the rose here, because your love for yourself is now in alignment with the love that you have for other people. Or now that you have this love for yourself, the love that you have for other people can also come into alignment with that. And with the Four of Swords, I see that you've been working on this diligently. Maybe you've been, doing very much shadow work, healing work, really figuring out what about yourself you want to improve or you want to change. For some others of you guys, this was more of a subconscious process that you didn't really, think about. You weren't really consciously like, okay, let's sit down and do some shadow work. But I still see that this is what you've been doing. And I noticed that even on the hermit, on her hoodie, she also has a heart over there. So again, whatever, like how should I don't want to call it issues, but whatever stuff, let's just keep it general like that, without labeling it as positive or negative. But whatever stuff is going on in your relationships at this moment, whether that's maybe related to intimacy with yourself or with someone else, like physical intimacy, but also emotional intimacy. Maybe it's about commitment to yourself, commitment to other people, right? Those are just some examples to help you kind of relate or understand better what I'm talking about here. Whatever it is, it will all be purified and cleansed through your heart chakra. So if you are at one moment feeling like you just need to cry, you just, need to bail your eyes out, and you feel like not doing anything else, that is all of that, let's just call it shadow work. That's all of the healing work that's coming up. You're cleansing it through your heart, so you're going to feel it in your heart space. You're going to feel it. You're going to have those emotions. You're going to feel like crying, or maybe you will feel very, very happy. You will feel ecstatic. So whatever it is that it's coming up, and you might be like, where is this coming from? Why do I suddenly feel this way? It's because all of your stuff is being cleansed through your heart chakra, which is likely for you guys, it's the strongest or one of the strongest chakras that you have, or like the most activated one in this lifetime. Otherwise, all this stuff would not be coming up through your heart chakra, right? So that is what I'm seeing here. Let's have a look at your... Oh my god, there is the tarot card. I thought you only had 5, but you did have 6. I'm so sorry, I missed it. But it was meant to come out at this point. I'll just tell myself that it was meant to only come out later. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. So I did shortly mention the root chakra, which is again what I'm getting here with the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like, again, maybe stuff related to commitment, that you're working through right now. I see that you will be continue to work on that. You will be elevated in that type of way, right? Because that's what we're talking about in this reading, like really uprooting any stuff, any trauma, any issues, any problems, right? I'm just going to name all these labels. But whatever is happening in your life, whatever you are feeling, you can uproot it. It will be cleansed through your heart chakra again, which will be of benefit to you in your relationships, whether that is the relationship with yourself or with other people. But you will, right, your future self is saying that in the future you will feel more grounded in the relationship with yourself, and because of that you will also feel more secure in relationships with other people, because if you feel secure within yourself, then that is also going to show up in other areas of your life. This could likely for you guys also result in more success or abundance, maybe in your career, in your finances, indeed, maybe in your home life even, right, where you settle down. This could really lead to improvements in those areas of your life as well. So I feel like this energy coming up of someone thinking like, oh, it's funny that all these things related to the root chakra will actually be resolved or cleansed through the heart chakra, because they seem to be, right, they have different purposes. They are in different places of the body. They have different purposes. And yes, that is the truth, but in the end it's all energy, right? Even we might have those energy centers in our body, but energy it flows all throughout our bodies. So it's only natural that something would come up from your root chakra into your heart chakra, especially if you are like a heart-centered person, right? If you are someone who is really in touch with your feelings, or would likes to talk about your feelings, or really experiences stuff through your feelings, then it's only natural that whatever you are uprooting or whatever issues are coming up, they will come up through your heart chakra. So don't be afraid of that, and don't feel ashamed or embarrassed about that if you're a heart chakra person, right? I know that in certain societies or in certain places, in certain circles of people, being emotional is seen as a bad thing or a weakness for whatever reason that is. Maybe it's because we're still living in a masculine, like a dominantly masculine society, right? But it's not, right? Being a heart-centered person, that's your superpower, and nobody can take that away from you. So you should not feel ashamed for it for any reason at all. Let's have a look at your next card. You have Jump In, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So that is also very interesting. This to me is a very airy energy, and let's see, I was like more picking up this grounded earth energy for you before, and now we have this card where you see a person who's jumping into the a pupil of an eye, which is the galaxy at the same time, and it's saying adventure, say yes to change. So something that could be holding you back at this moment is the fear of saying yes to a relationship, right? Saying yes to a commitment of being kinder to yourself, or working on yourself, right? I know, let's say from personal experience, right? I'm not saying this about you, but from my personal experience, I know that there are people who notice something about themselves, they are not happy with it, and yet they choose to do nothing about it, right? And here, because maybe those people are indeed afraid to change, right? They stick to what they know, even though when they're not happy with who they are or something like that, they choose to still not change. So for you, the message is here to not be one of those people who stay stuck in a version of themselves that they no longer resonate with. We are constantly changing, we are constantly growing, and it does not mean that who we were in the past was wrong, or that we should feel embarrassed about who we used to be. That is totally not relevant, right? If we were not the person who we were in the past, then we would not be the person we are today, and then we would never become the person that we are meant to be in the future. And I relate to this on a personal level as well. I used to feel very embarrassed of who I was in the past, right? But I realized this, that, you know, again, if I wasn't that past version of myself, I would never grow, right? How can you feel ashamed of who you were in the past, right? You were only trying to do your best, you were only trying to grow. And I always say to myself, I say, like, I am grateful for the past version of me, because she did all this hard work. She tried so hard to change or to become someone or to create something. And I am now benefiting from that. So for my future self, I'll do the same thing, right? So I will, again, do something that will make my future self grateful for what I did, well, for what I'm doing in the present. So don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of who you used to be or who you are even now. We're constantly changing, we're constantly evolving, we're constantly improving. And for you, it's time to jump in as well, to say yes to that change, and know that it's not scary. It's not, you're not meant to fail, you know, you're meant to succeed. This lesson that you're learning here, or this challenge that you're going through, it is like specifically tailored to your experience. Like I said before, you came here to learn something about relationships. So whatever you're going through is again tailored to you to learn about that, and you're not meant to fail, and you're not going to fail. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. Otherwise you would have, be experiencing something else. You wouldn't be watching this video, you know what I mean? So I feel like the only thing that is holding you back to change or to say yes to adventure or anything like that is just, in your mind. It's not really something to be afraid of, but it's something that is in your mind. And I am picking up the presence of Archangel Michael here. For those of you who believe in angels or who like to work with angels, I personally always really like Archangel Michael's energy, because he does really help us to see through illusions, right? And to expose truths to us, and that, fear is only an illusion. So that's why I'm picking up his energy in your reading as well. You might want to connect with him, with his energy, if you are interested, or maybe if you were already calling upon Archangel Michael, then this is your sign that he is indeed working with you to work through any fears that you have, or any, stuff that you are working through at this moment. So for your next card, you have Awakening Presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. And Archangel Michael is also the angel of protection. Now, if you do not believe in angels, if you have a different belief system, right, than that, and there is some type of energy, some type of presence that you associate with protection or with, the universe, know that whatever, you relate to, that energy is watching over you as well. Because here the card says the universe is with you. So whatever you believe in that is protecting you, or, whatever fitted to your own life and your own situation, your own belief system, whatever you believe in, that energy, that presence is watching over you and is helping you. And even your future self, right, is also doing this for you. And I feel like there is something awakening in you guys, and your future self is already aware of what this is. At this moment, I'm seeing that it's kind of like a seed that has started to sprout. So I'm not seeing what it is at this moment, but you will find out what it is eventually. And again, your future self is also talking about that in this reading for you. There is something awakening in you that is protected, that is being nurtured. Again, I'm not really seeing what it is. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, but there is something about what you are experiencing right now. Maybe it's a dream of yours, because this card did say adventure, right? Maybe it's certain dream of yours, and it's protected by the universe, by angels, by God, by your higher self, right? Whatever you resonate with the most. That dream, that seed, that whatever it is being protected. There is a cloak of protection around that, and you will be awakening to whatever it is what your future self is saying. They are already aware of what it is, and they are confirming that whatever it is indeed protected, and it will succeed, right? You will succeed at it. So for your last card, you have Reflections with number 16. What you contemplate can actualize. So yes, this is that confirmation of what I was saying. There is this idea or this dream that you have, that at this moment it's only just a seed, it's only just sprouting, and your future self is telling you to invest in that seed, to nurture it, to yes, to invest energy in it and to nurture the dream or to nurture the idea, because it's going to actualize whatever it is. And again, your future self is saying jump in because you have nothing to lose. Say yes to it. Say yes to change. Say yes to trying out different things. Say yes to stepping out of your comfort zone, cultivating ease and grace. So say yes to cultivating a better relationship with yourself or a better relationship with other people, or even saying yes to committing to trying to become better, right? If you already, have that intention to commit, that intention to grow, that is the first step. Then you're already doing it and you're being protected while you are doing it. So that's a very beautiful message for you guys. I'm going to shuffle some more cards to see if there are any more messages for you guys. And then I'm going to end the reading. So what do we have for pile one? You have the star card, which is wonderful. So there's definitely success in your future. The dream, right? Whatever your dream is, it's going to come true. It's going to become a success. I feel that the point that your future self is at right now, they are not at the they haven't completely fulfilled the dream yet, but they are definitely getting there. So let's say that you are only now at the beginning of the journey at, let's just say, 0%. I see that your future self that is talking to you through this reading right now is around 50 or 60%, and they are building towards the 100% fulfilling the dream, right? Just to explain it in an easy way. Like, I don't know if you can really fulfill a dream, if you can measure it in that way, like 100%, but I hope you know what I mean. So do we have anything else for pile one? Yes, you're supposed to believe in your dreams. That is what you're supposed to do now. Commit to your dream. Maybe you have the dream of having a very, like, an amazing relationship, an amazing partner. Maybe you want to start a family, right? Maybe you want to move in with someone or get married, or whatever your ideal type of relationship or life is, right? It's different for everyone. I see that you are supposed to get that, and because you're supposed to believe in it, and that's the first step. You're supposed to start believing that it's possible and to commit to committing, right? To commit to trying to get there, because that is the first step. Do we have anything else for pile one? A message to end this reading with. Let's see, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So yes, Queen of Pentacles. In some decks, the Queen of Pentacles is also pregnant. So again, could be another confirmation for you guys. You might want to start a family. Maybe you want to adopt pets, for example, or you want to just adopt a baby or something like that. I also saw that the 10 of Cups was flipped in the deck, so that's again a confirmation. Your happy ending, pile one, whatever that means for you. Even if you, I don't know, whatever version of a relationship you wish to have with yourself or with a partner, you are supposed to have it, again, because it's a part of the reason why you came here in this life under these circumstances, to be able to fulfill your dream and to create your dream reality, your dream relationship. And again, if you have dreams related to relationship or to family, to career, to success, I see that again you're supposed to invest in this. You're supposed to believe in it, because this is your path in life. And I honestly do not believe, right? Maybe you've been watching more of my readings or other people's readings and you keep hearing, oh, you're supposed to be successful, you're supposed to be abundant, blah blah blah. Like, you know, I also hear it all the time, but sometimes you don't really believe it because you keep hearing it, but you're not seeing any results, right? You're not seeing any proof of it. But when I really think about it, I honestly do not think that there is anyone on this planet who is not destined to be successful or abundant. But remember that success and abundance, and even success in relationships, it means different things to different people. So if a reader tells you guys you're supposed to be successful, you're supposed to fulfill your dreams, that's only confirmation that whatever you're indeed wishing for, or whatever you're dreaming about, is indeed meant to be yours. And there is not a person on this planet, including yourself, that is not supposed to be successful, not supposed to be abundant, right? So this reading is only showing you guys here, yes, it's true. Yes, it's a confirmation. Yes, you're supposed to be abundant. Like, I am not making these cards up, right? You have the Star, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. So whatever your dream is, it's supposed to come true. And yes, I say this a lot in a lot of my readings, right? But it's the truth. And again, I don't think there is anyone on this planet who is not supposed to be successful. It's just that people think, they believe that they're not supposed to be successful for whatever reason that is. Could be for different reasons, of course. And that is why they are not getting success. They're not getting the success that they want or the abundance that they want, right? It's all in our heads. It's all in our mind, right? We're playing a game here. And you can play the game using your mind. And all you need to do is to believe in the dream, and whatever steps you need to take will follow for you guys. This dream, like I said, it's protected. You cannot fail at this except if you believe that you cannot succeed, right? You're supposed to succeed, but if you believe that you cannot succeed and that you will fail, that is what will happen, because we create our own reality, right? That's what we're doing here. That's what you are doing here. So your future self is encouraging you to believe in your dream and to believe in yourself, to believe that you are worth it, whatever it is that you're desiring, because it's gonna come, right? Just know that I am channeling this message from your future self, who is already confirming that yes, this dream is happening. So you know, take this as a confirmation. Take this as all the proof that you need to believe in yourself and to believe in your dream and to believe in your Ten of Cups, right? Your emotional fulfillment, your emotional happiness, your emotional abundance. So with all that being said, I'm going to end your reading here, pile number one. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for clicking on this reading, you know, and letting me do this reading for you, because you guys really have a wonderful energy. I mean, you have the Star card, right? You embody the energy of the Star. So I'm very grateful that you came to my reading here today and that I was able to share all these messages with you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you will continue to believe in yourself, because I do believe in yourself, and you know, your future self believes in you as well. So again, thank you for watching, guys. If it resonated for you, you can leave a like, you can comment, and you can subscribe, and maybe we will see each other in the next reading. Bye, guys. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. Let's get started and have a look what advice your future self has for you to become an improved, more elevated version of yourself. So as I was shuffling your cards in the pile preparations, maybe you've seen it, but as I was shuffling your cards, I actually already got a message for you guys, which is that your spirit guides are here as well. And I heard the word specifically guides. So these could be your spirit guides, but these could also be loved ones who have passed away, who are watching over you. You also kind of see that in this card. There's kind of these wings in the background, as if there is some kind of angel or entity watching over the figure here in the card. So in this reading, we are going to be receiving messages from your future self, of course, but also of your spirit guides. So I'm now going to light your candle, and then we can have a look if there is anything your future self would like to share with you. There we go. So I'm again picking up that you are at this time of your life, I mean, just like any other time of your life, you are guided, but especially during this time of your life, you are guided more than usual. You have either more guides around you at this time, or they are giving you more guidance. If you guys do not believe in spirit guides or angels or anything like that, you know, whatever kind of force, entity that you believe in, universe, source, maybe your higher self, soul, maybe it's just fate that you believe in, right? There is something that is guiding you. Maybe it's your intuition, right? Just you as a person, you have this gut feeling, this is what I'm supposed to do, and there is no explanation for it. And your guides are telling you there is indeed if you are going to look for a logical explanation for a reason, right, why you are feeling the way you are feeling, you're not gonna find it. There is no logical explanation for what you are feeling, or what you are trying to achieve, or what you are striving for. There is no logical explanation. I'm seeing this is a gut feeling, because they're showing me, you know, the gut area, your stomach area. It's a gut feeling. It's something that comes from within you, also from your sacral chakra, from that center of creativity. That's where it comes from. You're not gonna find answers thinking about it in a logical manner, right? If you use your brain, if you use your mind, you're not gonna find an explanation. If you are going to ask people for advice, or ask for their knowledge or wisdom, whether that is, you know, professionals or maybe information on the internet, people on the internet you're asking, you're not gonna find an explanation, because this is just a gut feeling. This is what intuition is like. You're not gonna find an answer in the external world. You're gonna find it within you, within your own body. And they're really showing me the sacral chakra, like really that center of creativity. So there's something that you're doing with your creativity that's very important here, that you're guided through here. And you have the citrine crystal, which of course represents the solar plexus. You even have the third eye awakening card. So we already have, in these first couple of minutes of your reading, we have mentioned 3 chakras already. So all these 3 chakras, they are working in conjunction, is what I'm hearing, to create something. So I'm seeing an image here, and I'm going to explain as easy as I can, or as best as I can. What they're showing me is that these 3 chakras that I mentioned, so sacral, solar plexus, and third eye, there are kind of energies projecting out of those chakras into the material world, and they are all meeting at one place. You know, it's kind of like, it really reminds me of, if you guys know what I'm talking about when we're talking about lenses and how light goes through lenses, right? I do not know the specific English terminology for it, but you know, when you have, you know, the lenses of your glasses, but also the contact lenses, or a what's the word, a magnifying glass, those kind of lenses, the light has a certain trajectory based upon how the lens is working, right? And you have in one type of lens, you have those divergent convergent lines, right? All the light comes, that's what a magnifying glass does, right? It zooms in, it brings things closer. So that's what I'm seeing here as well. All those the energies from those three chakra centers of your body, they are converging in one point, and using all the energy of all those three chakras, it is creating something in your 3D life. Like you're projecting your energy from those three chakras, like they're working together and they're creating something in your 3D reality. They are working together right now, and you do not have to think about it. You know, if you're worried about that, you don't have to think about it. You're just doing this subconsciously, right? It's just your energy, it's just your body that's doing this. So let's have a look at this, at your cards right now. Third Eye Awakening with number 30. 30 could be a significant number to you, as in maybe it's the time, the day of the month, right? The 30th day of the month. Maybe that's significant to you. 3 is again about expansion, about a growth and experience and such. So that's very much in line with this reading. Yeah, so if you guys have been feeling drained lately for no reason, it's because your 3 energy centers, your 3 chakras, they are getting activated, and they are, you know, working for you at this moment. So if you're feeling drained, you're tired for no reason, as not like physically tired, but you know, just emotionally tired, right? Mentally tired. Maybe you don't feel like doing anything, right? You do have, like, your body is fine, but your mind is just not up for it, and it's because you are upgrading your energy centers in a way. They're being upgraded, right? They are projecting that energy out into your 3D reality, and you're creating something that your guides are aware of at this moment, but you might not be aware of it at this moment. So we're gonna see if maybe the cards can talk, or can tell us a little bit more about that. So you have the Ace of Swords, Judgment, 4 of Cups, Knight of Cups, Death, and 3 of Wands. So let's have a look. Advice from your future self or from your spirit guides. The first advice that I'm seeing here is that you need to listen more to yourself, more to your body. If your body is telling you that you are exhausted, that you just need sleep or something, or you just need to lay down, then you need to listen to your body. Because again, like I said, your chakras, your energy is so active at this moment that you become drained much quicker and much easier than before. And that's why, you know, if you don't take the time to recharge and you just keep on going and going and going, right? You know how it works. You have to take a break and pause to regain your energy, whether you're running a marathon or whether you're doing something else, right? You have to take your breaks. When your body or your energy is telling you to take a break, you have to. You're doing very important work at this moment with your chakras and with your energy. And that is taking, like I said, it's taking a lot of energy. And it's making you feel drained. So that's why it's important for you to now listen to your body, or, you know, to feel how you are doing, so that you are aware of whether you're drained or not, or if you can keep going or not. Because it's kind of like your pool of energy is now divided between, you know, your no, that's not really the correct way to describe it, because it's not really divided or anything like that, but you're investing energy in multiple different things at this moment, and your energy centers, your chakras at this moment just require some bit more energy, so there is less energy left for you to spend on other things, right? So it's very important for you to listen to, or to feel how full or how depleted your energy reserves are. And this could be, your physical energy, but especially just seeing, what's the right word for it? Is it like mental energy, or emotional energy? It's just kind of your motivation, right? It's not the fact, is my body able to do this, but do I feel like doing it? It's about that. And if you don't feel like doing anything, you're encouraged to take the break, because if you take the break when you need to, and then you start running again when you have the energy, then you will reach your goal faster than if you would just keep going and going and going, and then maybe rest a bit when you're completely exhausted, and then start going and going and going again. So for you, it's important to find a balance between, when am I going to run, when am I going to do something, when am I going to do my work, and when am I going to take a break. And that is what your spirit guides are asking you to do right now. So I feel like that's the message that they wanted to share with you in this reading. They felt like it was very important to get that through to you first of all. So now we're going to get back really to the topic at hand. Advice from your future self to become a better version of yourself, right? Your future self is now again taking over the conversation. So thank you to your spirit guides who wanted to share this message in this reading today. So the first thing that I notice here, or that your future self is pointing me towards, is the death card. Like, you are going through a transformation right now. You also have the judgment card, and they're in conjunction with each other. So there's definitely some big change happening in your life, like a transition. This could be a physical change. Maybe some of you are relocating, you're changing jobs, maybe you just broke off a relationship, or you're just starting up a relationship again. It could be something like this. If that doesn't resonate for you, this is a transition, again, kind of a upgrade that you're going through, an upgrade of your energetic and your spiritual self. And this could very much result in also changes in your 3D life, of course. So you're changing your jobs, you're changing locations because you find something better for yourself. And your future self is really encouraging you to, I'm hearing, to never be satisfied. So maybe that's, something that you tell yourself as well, that you're just a person that's never satisfied. Just be careful again, that you're not gonna exhaust yourself, and that you still take your breaks, you still take your time, and you still, appreciate who you are at this moment, right? So just throwing that out there. But your future self is encouraging you to kind of never be satisfied, or to be satisfied, but to always keep looking for more, to keep dreaming for more, to be reaching out for more. Maybe you have a specific desire of something. Let's take something very simple. You really want to relocate to a different house, and you want an upgrade, right? You want a better house, maybe bigger, more modern, or maybe you want to move to a specific location that you really want to. And you have this list of what your dream home is looking like, but the realistic you, right, the logical you is like, you're never gonna get like the perfect dream house, right? You're gonna have to compromise or sacrifice something. And your future self is saying in the situation, don't be afraid, like, don't compromise, don't sacrifice, don't be afraid to really go for what it is that you want. So if you want the big house, if you want the house with the jacuzzi, if you want the penthouse, or if you want the indoor swimming pool there, I'm just naming a lot of crazy things, right? Or if you want that specific location that is like you cannot get a house there because that location is so wanted by everyone, you know. Don't think about the limitations. Forget about the limitations. If you want a specific relationship, a specific person who has all the amazing qualities that you're looking for in a person, like they're kind, they are romantic, they're animal lovers, they're athletic, you know, again, I'm just naming a couple of things. Maybe they're from a specific country or have a specific religion, they have a specific job. Like, do not be afraid to really explore what it is that you want. Do not stop where others are stopping, right? Continue to the point that you can go. If others are fine with an apartment somewhere outside the city center, very small, very expensive, but you want the big mansion or you want the penthouse in the middle of the city center, go for it, right? Don't be satisfied with what others are satisfied with. Don't take that as your story or your desire. Go for what it is that you desire. That's what your future self is saying. Like, really think about, what is it that I really want? Like, see it as if you're in the Olympics. And if you're in the Olympics, you're not going for the bronze medal, right? You're going for the gold. So go for gold for this as well. You're not in this life to just be half satisfied. You're not going for the bronze medal. You're going for the ultimate prize. You're going for gold. That's what you're doing here. That's what your future self is telling you. Do not be satisfied with anything that you're not on fire for. Don't be satisfied with what other people are satisfied with. And this is so funny, you guys, because I am a songwriter, and as I was channeling this message for you, there was just this lyric, you know, that came out of my song. So I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. Like, they're kind of referring me to the song that I wrote. And that song, by the way, is about the same thing. It's about not being satisfied with anything that you don't want. And the lyric in my song is, I won't settle for anything less than I am on fire for. And that's your message here as well. Like, you were not meant to settle down for an unfulfilling or unsatisfying ending. You're not meant to settle down for that. You're meant to go further. And I don't really know where this is coming from, you know, but everyone's desirable dream life looks different. So again, if someone is satisfied with a small apartment in a not so desirable location, right? If that's their thing, well, go ahead, let them have it. But if you want something different, then don't think that you should be okay with, you know, what other people are settling for. If you want more, then go for more and don't settle for anything less. Because if you do that, if you do settle for something less, then you're kind of like almost cutting off a part of who you are, like a part of your soul, a part of why you came here. So the message is really dream big and go further, and there are no limitations. The only limitation is your imagination. There is really nothing that you cannot do or cannot have, right? If you desire it, then you're supposed to have it. And that's what the Three of Wands is doing here as well, because this reminds me of a bouquet. You know, we talked about the Olympics before, right? When an athlete wins a medal, they also receive a bouquet of flowers, like, congratulations, you won. And that's why it's here as well. Like, you're meant to receive that gold medal, you're meant to receive that bouquet, right? And the funny thing is that there are really no cards in this reading that are very obviously, you're going to be successful, you're going to do this, you're going to achieve your dreams, right? But still the message is here. But I feel like here it's not that you don't believe that you won't be successful, but it's that you're like, you could even be more successful. That's what it is, right? You believe you can have what you want, but you actually want more. You actually can achieve more. So the message here is to not be satisfied with the success that you have right now if you are not fully satisfied. That's the thing. And I think that's such a beautiful message, again, especially in this reading, because we are talking about how you can become a better, improved version of yourself, right? And this is exactly it. Do not settle for anything that does not totally satisfy you. And I think it's just so amazing that this really, came through here in your reading. It's exactly the purpose of this reading. So let's see, is there anything else I wish to say about this? Yeah, this is just about believing in yourself, believing that extra bit, it's like you're maybe 80% satisfied with what you have, and there's this other 20% that's like, you're like, okay, I'm gonna settle for 80, but you're supposed to not settle for 80, you're supposed to go for 100%, right? So that's what your future self is saying right now. We're going to have a look at your oracle cards. So you have 2 of these because I felt like picking 2 of them. Or no, two came out at the same time. Yeah, that's right. So you have the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen, right? Let yourself be seen. Maybe some of you guys are like, let's see if I can give an example of that. I'm just gonna give a very simple, silly example. Sometimes when you have, like, I cannot think of someone specific, but let's say there is this celebrity, and she is known for her voice, right? She's a singer. People know her as a singer, people love her as a singer, but she also has a desire to branch out into different parts. So she wants to try out acting, she wants to try out modeling, she might want to like try out fashion, right? Design a fashion line or create a makeup line. And I feel like, nowadays it's not that much like that anymore. But, sometimes people are like, she's a singer. What is she doing acting in a movie? What is she doing creating her own makeup line? Like, she's supposed to stick to her box of being a singer. And I think that this is kind of a fear that you have, that if you are known for something, you're known to be someone, that you're scared to branch out to maybe something else, or to branch, or to, grow even more in what you're doing right now, because you're scared of that people are going to say something like that. Pile 2 is now they are just being too much, right? They're already doing this and they're successful at that, and now they're also gonna try their hand at that. And the truth is that if people do say things like that, it comes from a place of jealousy. So, it's not you, it's them, basically. So if you have a type of a fear like that, we also have the judgment card. So maybe you do have some type of fear related to the judgment of other people, or you're scared people are going to say this, or when someone says that, when someone judges you in a way, it makes you hold back, right? It makes you question your dreams or your beliefs or the reason why you're doing this. And this is all just, a fear. And the card says, let yourself be seen. So let the world see all the you being multifaceted. Let the world show that to the world, that you are multifaceted, that, just like in the example of the celebrity, that you are a singer, you are an actress, you are a designer, or whatever it is, you are a model. Like, do not be afraid to show all the sides of you to the world, because every side of you deserves to be seen, and you deserve to express every side of you in the way that you want to. You are living this life for yourself and not to please others, right? you're doing the things you want to do for yourself, or at least that is the dream, I hope, right? That's kind of the energy that I'm picking up here, that you're also working towards, or that you want to work towards. So your future self is saying, show yourself to the world, show the different aspects of yourself to the world. So you could, for example, be that's actually very let's just take a recent example. I watched the series on Netflix, Glow Up. It's yes, I recently watched it. So it was on TV, I believe, quite some time ago, but it's the recent season, I believe season 4, and there is a woman on there, and she is a scientist, and she came onto the show, which is about makeup, and then she also talked about that she was a scientist, but at the same time she loved makeup. So she kind of wanted to break through that stereotype, right? And and show that she also was very good at makeup, and she wore makeup herself, of course. So even if you are doing two things that seem to be not that seem to not go hand in hand with each other, you know, that seem to be maybe not really related to each other, you can go ahead and do it, because in the end, like, does it really matter? Even when the woman in a TV series says she's a scientist and now she's doing makeup, like, I was like, yeah, of course, why can't you? Right? Even if you're a scientist, even if you're a construction worker, even if you're, you know, I don't know, an astronaut, you can still do makeup, right? It's not that one thing, you know, because you're doing one thing, you cannot do the other. So it's the same for you guys. Like, if there are two different things that you want to pursue, then don't be afraid to pursue that, because it's a part of who you are, right? If you want to do both things, then don't let anything hold you back, especially not, you know, what other people are saying to you, because they do not know you like you know yourself. Your next card is Inner Earth. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Okay, so let's see. I was talking about, I mean, I was picking up the energy of transition before. So this could be talking about that as well, that you're coming out of something. Maybe a situation that you were not that happy in, you were not that satisfied with it, and you're now moving on from that situation and moving into something better. And I really feel like this is kind of, you know, universe, source, spirit is really helping you to break out of the limitations that you had, to move on, like it says, new solutions and beginnings. So if maybe for some of you guys, you came out of a relationship that you weren't very happy in, and Spirit is going to help you to get out of that, right? You're going to get help for that transition. Or maybe if you recently moved out of your home, Spirit is helping you to find a new home, to find a better home. So whatever is happening right now, whatever you are transitioning through, know that you'll survive this, and that new solutions and new beginnings are coming. And your future self is also confirming this, that right now it might seem like a mountain, but when you look back on it, it was only just a hill. The challenge now seems much bigger than it actually is. So that's kind of a comforting, reassuring message from your future self. And the way that you are going to find these new solutions is to, again, to really look within yourself and to ask yourself, what is it that I am living for? What is it that I want? And to really go deep, because it says inner earth, so your inner self, the inner parts of you. What is it that you really want and that you're really desiring to get out of life? So for your next card, you have a green Tara with supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation. Trust. That is fantastic. And pile 1 also had a card that mentioned protection, so you guys are also protected. Supreme protection even. I mean, quartz are being cut is what the card says, and I, mentioned that for some of you guys, you might be moving on from something, transitioning through something. Anything that used to hold you back, whether that was a person, a situation, a job, a physical thing, a material thing, an emotional thing, you're moving beyond that. Move beyond limitation. And what I said before was the only limitation is your imagination. So that basically means there is no limitation, right? So move beyond limitation and trust. So trust in that your guides are protecting you as well. You are protected on this journey. You are protected to discover or to rediscover yourself, your dreams, your desires. It's never too late to change or to evolve. It's never too late to find new parts about ourselves, or to pursue new interests, or to start up new projects, or to pursue interests that we used to have when we were in the past, but we never had the chance to pursue them, right? And now you're having the chance to pursue them. It's never too late for that. That is what I'm hearing here as well. It's never too late to change. If you are wanting to make a career change, or a change in location, a change in relationship, maybe even a change in your physical appearance, know that you are protected and you are guided. Sure, please still use your own discernment, still judge the situation, right? Still, right? Don't make any hasty decisions. And if you suddenly quit your job or something, do think that through, but just know that if you make a decision and you feel good about it, you're protected. That decision is protected. And you don't need to be afraid of the change if the change is really what you want. Yes, gorgeous energy for you. Let's see. Your last card is the unseen. Too much is hidden from you. And we also have, this card where we're looking we're looking from inside the cave to the landscape outside. And the courageous peony is also about, blooming, letting yourself be seen. So there is some part of you that is still hidden from you. And the future self that is talking to you through this reading, they have already uncovered this part, or rediscovered this part of you. And they're telling you to not be afraid. In this card, it looks kind of scary and intimidating. You see the mermaid is emerging from this dark cave. You see her tail here, but to me it always looks like an eye, kind of like the eye of a sea creature maybe, and we even see a skull here. So it's kind of a creepy, scary picture here. But your future self is saying that there is really nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing in that cave that is going to be dangerous to you, or that is going to be scary to you. Everything, it might be unseen for you, but it is not unseen by the universe, by spirit. Because, the eye of the universe, or spirit, or God, however you would like to call it, the eye, is everywhere. The universe sees everywhere, is everywhere. So there is no dark place. There's no scary dark place where you are headed. And I'm, of course, talking about this in a metaphorical way, of course, not literally. So yes, again, your future self is saying that whatever you are afraid of right now, is not something to be afraid of. And this could be talking about, again, you exploring parts of yourself that were hidden, or maybe making a change that seems scary to you, like a career change, or deciding to break up with your partner that you've been with for a long time. And again, the message here is there is nothing to be afraid of. You can only fulfill your potential through pursuing this. There's no danger, there's only you fulfilling your potential. So let's see. That's all that I'm seeing for you guys. Pile 2. This really was a wonderful reading. I hope it resonated with you. I hope it made some sense to you, and I hope you appreciated some of the messages here. I do really appreciate, you coming to this reading here, letting me do this reading for you and sharing these messages with you. I truly think that it was wonderful. It was also wonderful that your guides showed up here with a specific message for you guys. So I hope you are doing well. I hope that you are taking good care of yourself. This was your reading, so if it resonated with you and you liked it, feel free to leave a like, to comment, and to subscribe, and maybe we will see each other in the next reading. Bye guys! Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's get started and have a look at what advice your future self has for you to become a better, more improved, more elevated version of yourself. So I'm going to first light your candle and see what kind of messages will come through with this. So I'm seeing for you the number 3 first of all. So you are also pile number 3. We have 37 here. So 3 is a number about growth and expansion. So that makes sense in a reading like this. What I'm also getting is that your future self, and also not just your future self, but mainly your higher self, has been trying to get through to you with certain messages for a while now. It could be that for like 3 days or 3 weeks, 3 months, they've been trying to get this message to you, or there are 3 messages that they're trying to get through to you. Yeah, and it's like this, your future self has something really urgent to tell you. They really want to talk to you about something that's very important, and that maybe you've been hearing this message more in different readings, or maybe from your own readings you do for yourself, or maybe conversations you have with your spirit guides or something like that. Maybe you've heard about this story before already 3 times, or maybe this is the 3rd time, so take it however it resonates. So let's just have a look at the cards and see what comes up for you. With this card, Blessing the Journey, I am going to put it to the side for now and see what else we have. First of all, your tarot cards are Knight of Swords. Alright, yes, I remember. While I was preparing the cards, I already received a message for you. So maybe you saw that as well. But I heard that because we're talking about yes, what advice your future self has to become a better version of yourself, but I heard for you to become a more truthful version of yourself. And I was reminded of that as I saw the Knight of Swords, because as I was shuffling the cards, this one was the last one that came out, and I noticed it because it flipped around. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense, Knight of Swords. It says here, fight like a girl. And to me, that also always represents standing up for what you believe in, or speaking up. Speaking up and talking your truth. So you becoming more truthful, more authentic also is related to this. But I'm just going to have a look at the rest of the cards to see what this really is about. You have the World card, which is 21, which adds up to 3. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. So we have, you know, here we have an infinity symbol, balance. Here we have a balance. The girl is holding a scale. You have the Three of Cups, your second 3, and you have the Page of Cups. So there is some earth energy here, some water energy here. So yes, again, the world is, I believe that is Aquarius energy. I'm not really sure at this moment, but it's giving me Aquarius energy. And you know, Aquarius energy is also about authenticity. I personally, I have Jupiter in Aquarius, you know, so to me, whenever Aquarius comes up, I'm really reminded about that aspect. So Jupiter in Aquarius is about being authentic, basically, and being here and not fitting the mold, right? And being here to break the mold, being here to be yourself. And that is what I'm picking up for you here as well. You're meant to become a more truthful and authentic version of yourself. And the World card here, what it's also representing here and what I'm feeling here is there is, and I am not, right, it might sound rude, but I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying that there is an energy here that feels a little bit immature, right? I'm not saying it as an insult. I don't mean any offense with it, but there is some kind of immature, inexperienced energy here. Just like, you know, how children and teenagers, they are simply still immature and inexperienced because of their age. So that's simply it. It's not an insult to you guys at all. But I'm picking up here this energy that there is something you are working towards your authenticity. For some of you guys, this could be related to something that you were dreaming of, maybe a relationship, a career. For some of you guys, it might have something to do with social media as well, and you're still inexperienced in that, about that, right? So let's take this example of you want to be a tarot reader on YouTube, right? Simple example. And you really want to, let's say, make a living off of that, of doing tarot readings or doing videos related to tarot and spirituality. But even though you really want to do that, you're still a bit inexperienced because, for example, maybe you don't know the tarot cards very well because you've only just started doing tarot. Maybe you do not know how to work a camera yet. So even if you can do a tarot reading, you still have to figure out how are you going to film it. Maybe the editing of the video. Maybe you're speaking, you know, you want to speak in English, but English is not your first language, right? I'm just naming things that I have personal experience with. So this is just, you know, a metaphor that, right, you have that dream, you have that thing you want, but you're still a bit inexperienced in that way. And right, I'm using this example of tarot reading because, you know, I'm doing this right now, and, you know, I used to be very experienced, and I'm not going to say that I'm very experienced right now, but I've gained more experience over time, of course. But I also used to be that inexperienced, kind of immature person when it came to tarot readings, right? So the energy is the same for you. You want to achieve something. You want the world. You want it. You want that dream. But there is a certain inexperience to it still for you guys. And that could be related to your skill set. It could be related to your resources. It could be related to your knowledge, right? It could be anything. And again, it's not to offend you in any type of way, because when we're, before we get to be an expert at something, we all start at the beginner's level. We all have to start at that point of knowing nothing, of having no experience at all. We all have to build that up. So I just wanted to say that I feel like this is where you're kind of at. This could also be about the way you express yourself. Maybe you're like, I feel like I'm totally authentic, I'm totally true, I'm totally me, I'm totally myself. And I 100% believe you if you say that, or maybe this is related to your career or your relationships or whatever. I totally believe that if you say that, if you believe that, totally true. I'm not, disagreeing with you on that. But what I am gonna say is that even if you do feel like you're already, at the top of your game yet, just let me tell you that there is even more for you to learn. There's even more ways that you can grow. And this is, in my opinion, that's a good thing to hear, because you might be doing amazing right now. You might be really authentic right now. You might be really successful right now, but just know that this is just the start of it. This is just the beginning, and there's so much more. But again, for most of you guys, I'm feeling like you're still figuring things out. You've just started something and you're slowly building it up right now. For some of you guys, you're really at the start. Some others of you guys, you may already be a little bit further ahead with what it is that you're doing. Maybe you've been doing it for a longer time already, and you've gained some experience. This is just the way it is. Yeah. With education, it's the same, right? If you're, for example, studying to become a doctor, you first have to learn a lot of theory, and you have to also learn to put that into practice. So you're going to be, a student, kind of inexperienced, but if you do not gain more experience, you're not going to become a professional. You're not going to become an expert. And it's nothing that you should be ashamed about. And this card, Blessing the Journey, also totally makes sense right now, because for you at this moment, what your future self is saying, like, yes, you have that dream. Yes, you have that final destination, right? But at the same time, the blessing is in the journey. And again, this message you might have heard 3,000 times already, but it's the journey that matters for you. That is what I'm getting for you here. Blessing the journey. This card is here because the journey that you are on right now is the blessing. Like, yes, you're gonna get to your destination, but right now at this moment, you are allowed to focus on what is happening right now. You do not have to be perfect immediately. You do not have to have everything under control right now, right? That's where that inexperienced energy is coming from. You might be at this inexperienced point at your life at this moment, but that is all right. Like, of course, like, that's a part, again, of the journey. It's a part of the process. You have to start off somewhere. And if some of you guys are holding yourself back from starting something new because you are experienced, please don't let that hold yourself back, because again, you have to start somewhere. Even if your first try, your first post, your first type of content, your first message, your first try is awful, you have to start somewhere. That's just the way it is. Like, the people who are experts or successful at what you want to be successful at, they started where you started as well. They were where you are right now. So there's nothing to be ashamed about if you feel inexperienced or if you feel like you don't have the skill set yet. So try to appreciate the journey that you are on at this moment, because if you do appreciate the journey, you will first of all enjoy it much, much more. And then in the end, when you do reach your final destination, you will be able to look back on it and be like, yes, I actually had a great time. This journey was actually worth it. Here with the Three of Cups as well, there is some kind of celebration, companionship here going on. So on this journey, if you stay present in the moment, I see that you will make meaningful connections as well. You will make a meaningful connection with yourself. You will realize, is what I'm hearing, you will realize why you are on this journey, right? It came up in pile 2, and it's reminding me of, it's your reading is reminding me of that as well, because here I'm seeing like you have, right, let's say you have a goal, you have a dream, and pile 2 was like, why do I have that dream? Where is it coming from? And for you is like kind of the same as well. Like, it's not about why you have the dream, but the reason why you have the dream, you're going to find that out on the journey. If you focus on the journey, if you appreciate the moment, you're going to find out why you have this dream and why you're on this journey. Why are you doing this? Let's go back to the example of being a tarot reader. You will then find out, like, you want to be a tarot reader, but you don't really know why. And then maybe along the way, as you create more and more content and you interact with more and more people, you meet these people, you connect with them, and you see the change that you're making in the world, and you're like, yes, this is why I'm doing this. Like, you were doing it before without really knowing why, but at one point you will realize this is the reason. And I'm again seeing the number 3. So what your advice is from your future self is to really be present in the moment and to appreciate the things that you have in the moment, because they will make you realize why you are doing what you are doing, and it will help you grow. So if you have the desire to go from an inexperienced energy to an experienced energy, what you have to do, the way that you can grow, is to focus on the moment and to find the blessings in the journey. And again, I know you probably heard this a lot of times before, so did I. It's kind of a cliche message, but the reason why it is cliche is because it's true. Like, everyone is saying it because it's true. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to bullshit you, but this is actually what I'm picking up here in your reading. And yeah, I mean, it's easier said than done for sure, but this is definitely what I'm picking up for you guys here. The blessing is the journey. The blessing is in the journey. Yes, the final destination is going to be amazing, but all the time, the energy that you're going to invest in the journey right now is totally going to pay off in the end. So let's have a look at your first oracle card. You have Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. And that is unbelievable, you guys. In every, like in pile 1 and 2, there also were cards which mentioned protection, and you also have a protection card. That is just so awesome. And trust, that word also came up in pile 2. Maybe you've watched pile 2 for some of you guys, or you are interested in watching pile 2 after this one. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. So when I see this this card and the mention of Horus, you know, I'm being reminded of how he was the king, right? He was the king in the Egyptian pantheon. And with loyalty, right, you have the subjects of the king are, or the queen, of course, are loyal to them. And I feel that you are protected, again, obviously, you are protected by a higher force, whatever it is that you personally believe in. Universe, source, spirit, God, angel guides, spirit guides, higher self, soul, whatever it is that you believe in, please take it however it resonates for you. But I see that you are also protected. Your energy is protected. You're being protected as if you were the king or the queen or, you know, the regent. You are protected like that. The let's say the universe is protecting you like kings and queens are protected by their guards. Yes, I was looking for the right word, right? You're protected like that. Your journey is protected like that. And with the safety and the trust, like, again, you are safe, and the only thing you need to do is, you know, that's still important for you, is to trust that you are indeed protected and you are indeed safe. And that is going to take a leap of faith, right? To believe in something that you cannot see, you cannot touch, you cannot taste or whatever, you know. But that is why it's a belief, and it's for you to realize, you know, what is it that you connect to? Do you indeed connect to source? Do you just connect to your higher self? Do you connect to maybe Horus, for example, a god or a goddess, or multiple gods and goddesses? What do you relate to? What do you connect to? Or maybe it's just yourself, like you believe in yourself and that's it. And that's what you're encouraged to find out as well. Like, where do you find your authenticity? Who are you, right? Who is it that you really are? And this could definitely be related to belief in religion. Maybe you come from a religious background. Your family is like, you know, has a certain religion, and you grew up like that, and you never really thought twice about it. But maybe as you, let's say, grow older, grow wiser, experience more things, you realize, you know, maybe that religion is not really my thing. Maybe there's something else for me out there. Maybe I can find my authenticity in this different religion, maybe in this belief or in this spirituality, or maybe I'm an atheist, you know, maybe I believe in none of it. And you're encouraged to kind of step out of the box that you were, let's say, born in, or that you grew up in, and to really, from an outside perspective, take a look at yourself and be like, am I happy where am I happy where I am at right now? Am I happy with that, or would I like to, you know, change my belief, my religion, or my career, or my friends, or the way I see myself? It's about that kind of authenticity. And the truth is that in life there is no right or wrong. Of course, certain religions, if not all religions, say that their religion is the right one, is the true one, and all other religions are not true, or are, you know, evil or bad. Of course, there are people out there who say that. But from my perspective, and from the, let's say, source that I channel from, I'm picking up that there is no right or wrong. The only, let's say, wrong is when you are doing something that's not in alignment with who you are. So if you are sticking to a religion that doesn't work for you, or if you're just sticking to religion but it doesn't work for you, right? So there is no right or wrong religion or spirituality or belief, only what you think is right or wrong, only what fits you, right? So that is what it's about for you here. Let's have a look at your other cards. I shuffled two of these ones for you because I felt like I wanted to give two of these cards to you in your reading. So I'm gonna place this one on the other side. So you have Commander Ashtar with call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. This is the energy of your future self. This is what you are stepping into. Remember how I was talking about a king? Here we have a commander, a leader. So this is the energy that you are stepping into. Your future self has that experience and has that mature energy, right? That you are probably looking for, or that you are striving for. And your future self is saying you are stepping up to become a leader of some type of people. Maybe, again, we were talking about religion, maybe the leader in some kind of religious community. Maybe it's the leader of your family. Maybe you're simply the leader of your life. Maybe you're some kind of manager. You have like a leadership position in your career, something like that. But you're going to take charge of your life. And I'm being reminded of the song Believer by Imagine Dragons, where he also sings, I'm the one at the sails, I'm the master of my sea, I'm the master of the seas, something like that, right? So that's what this is about for you as well. You're in the future, you're taking charge, you're leading by example, you're walking your talk. So I am getting a quite masculine and airy energy from this. So Aquarius I was picking up before is also air energy, so you could definitely have some air elements in your chart, Aquarius in your chart. If you have not already, I'm hearing that you could learn something more about looking up your birth chart and reading different kinds of interpretations from different websites. There you might find some more information as well. And let me just say, I am not an astrology expert or an expert on a birth chart or things like that. But the thing is, with your birth chart, it's kind of a map, right? It's a map of the energies when you were born. And when you start interpreting your birth chart, or you have someone interpret it, or you read it on the internet, there are these calculators for that. Some things that you might hear or read, they can resonate with you at that time, but some things are more like the past version of you, right? So you're like, yeah, I used to be like that, but I'm not anymore. I have moved on from that. And there might be other things that you do not recognize yet, which you will become like in the future. And I'm also saying this from a personal experience. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I've read my birth chart from different websites, from different interpreters, and certain things, right? Certain descriptions are like, yes, I used to be like this when I was like 14 years old, but now I am no longer like that. And that's the thing about a birth chart, because it's just a map of the energies when we were born. But you know how long humans live? You know how long the average lifespan is? Like 70 years old, 80 years old or something. You know how many things can change and can happen to us over those course of 80 years. So that birth chart is not going to completely line up with you all throughout your life. So what I'm saying here is that even if you've looked up your birth chart like 2 years ago already, you're encouraged to look it up again, because now you might recognize, oh, that's who I used to be 2 years ago, but I no longer resonate with that. And maybe you will find even other things that you're like, oh, that sounds like a really great version of myself. And, let's just work towards that. And look at your birth chart as a potential, right? Don't use it as kind of a dictionary or something of a biography of who you are, but see it as an interpretation of the energies of when you were born and the influence it has on you. Like, I personally do not really let astrology influence my life and my decisions, but of course you can think totally different on that. That's totally fine. but try to read through your birth chart again with certain aspects in your and try to recognize how you maybe have changed in certain ways that your birth chart is describing, and how it looks like you might grow in the future. Because I'm getting that in your birth chart there will be something about you becoming a leader or leading by example. I'm hearing number one, like becoming a pioneer in something. It's in your birth chart, and you, again, maybe you've already had someone look at your birth chart before, or maybe you would like to look on different websites with different interpretations and such. So just have a look at that if you want to. But there is really something, written in the stars for you guys to really step up and lead by example, right? That's what you're meant to do in this lifetime. And again, it's your future self bringing this message to you. They are saying, hey, this is where I am at right now. I'm seeing the number 33. So yeah, 3 I already picked up for you a couple of times. Maybe 33 is a master number. Maybe your life path number is 33. Maybe this message is coming from the version of you that is 33 years old, or maybe 33 years in the future. Could be for some of you guys. Let's have a look at your next card. You have the Shekinah, the sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Exactly like I was saying before. Express your gifts, express yourself, who you are. Yes, it's again a similar energy to pile 2, so maybe you watched that one already. And unleash your gifts, right? Any gifts that you have, unleash them. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to show them to the whole world, or that you have to monetize those gifts, right? But just express them in the way that feels comfortable to you. Because the card also says, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. And you know how there's this quote, I don't know if who to credit for it, but dance like nobody's watching. It's kind of like that. You are dancing because it's fun. You're dancing to the rhythm of life because you love to dance, not because you have to be good at dancing, right? So you're doing what you're doing because you love doing it, and not because you need to be an expert at it, not because you need to make money from it, not because you have to impress people by it. It's not about that. It's about you having fun doing it, and while you're doing it. And if you are doing it while you're having fun, that's the only reason you need to be doing it. But at the same time, if you come from such a high vibrational place and you're doing what you love, then you are bound to find success, whatever that means for you, or whatever you desire to get out of it. So let's have a look at your last card, pile 3. You have water flight. Heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. So I see that you're letting go of certain things. And again, there's a lot of water energy here, related to emotions and to the heart chakras, what I'm getting as well. We have number 14. Let's see. Alright, so advice, yes. So the advice that your future self has for you right now is to let go of the burden, to let go of the responsibility, to let go of the burden of feeling the need that you constantly need to become better and better and better, or that you have to be good at something like the first try, that you have to succeed at something the first time you try it, because that's not simply how it works. And if you're doing that, you're just having unrealistic expectations of yourself, is what I'm hearing. So cut away those burdens of having to be perfect, or having to be good at something immediately, or after the first try or the second try. Let go of the burden to always be the best and to always give 100%, because letting it might sound counterintuitive, but letting go of the desire to constantly be the best or constantly be experienced or constantly be perfect is actually going to bring you closer to becoming that experienced leader that you're meant to be, right? So let go of the burden that you put on yourself, or the responsibility you feel to be perfect or to be someone that you're not, right? If you're trying to become experienced, like a professional and expert at something, do also appreciate the journey there, and don't feel like you have to be perfect immediately. Because again, if you let go of feeling the responsibility to be perfect or the burden to be perfect, that's actually going to assist you to grow and to become more experienced. Again, it sounds counterintuitive, but that is what I'm picking up here. These two cards are related to each other. Also with the color, we have the third eye chakra we have here. So this is really about tapping into yourself, like your inner knowledge, right? It's no longer about knowledge of the world, knowledge, or being very skilled at something. What's more valuable to you right now is knowledge of self, tapping into the journey that you are on, instead of constantly feeling like you have to be the best or you have to be successful. I think that's a very beautiful message. And I think a lot of people can actually relate to that. Not just you guys, but I think a lot of people are constantly trying to, achieve success and to be successful, or to be perfect. And the thing is that certain things, we don't need to be perfect at them. If we're doing them for fun, we do not need to monetize that, right? So it's really about letting yourself be at peace. Like I said, you're dancing because you love dancing and not because you have to be perfect at it. And it could be that some of you guys are perfectionists. If you are, I am also quite a perfectionist. I also struggle with things like this at times, of always wanting to be the best, wanting to be perfect. So I can kind of relate to you guys in that way. So it's again really beautiful that this message came through here for you as a comforting message. Like, you don't need to be perfect all the time. It's not about that. It's about, again, not about how good you are at the end, but it's about what you learned while getting to the end. So that's really beautiful. And I'm also going to end your reading here with that last message, because I think that's a very beautiful message to end the reading with. So pile 3, thank you so much for tuning in today in this reading. I really appreciate it. I really love that you clicked on this reading and shared your energy with me so I could do this reading for you. Again, I think it's really beautiful, and I think you're doing amazing. You're definitely on the right track. You are destined for greatness and for success. I can see that in your cards. So also believe in yourself, please, because I'm definitely seeing it here. And there is no rush, right? There's no rush to be perfect. There's no rush to be good at to immediately be good at what you are doing. So again, thank you so much for watching. If it resonated for you and if you liked it, feel free to leave a like, to comment, and subscribe, and maybe we will see each other in the next reading. Bye guys!